What is up, YouTube? Welcome to today's video where we're going to discuss why building resilience as a man is unbelievably essential in today's modern world. In fact, it's been essential for men all throughout human history, but men today specifically are struggling with building that resilience more than ever. And if you simply look at how men are collapsing in today's world, you see men are struggling with mental health more than ever, skyrocketing rates of depression, anxiety. You see a lot of men now turning more towards addiction, even violence, self-harm, right? We see these things in the numbers and we don't really maybe understand exactly why that is. On the surface, we try to give answers for it, but I really think when you understand how resilience affects not only that, but also your ability to get where you want in life, to build the life you want for yourself, that it'll all make sense in context. So I got some notes here on my phone. I got my coffee here. So let's get right into it, dig into it. I'm gonna explain exactly why you need to build resilience and how you can actually build resilience. Make sure you stay till the end. It'll all be clear by then. And I have something to offer you, a little gift for you at the end. So let's get right into it. When we talk about what resilience actually is, in my opinion, I wrote it down as resilience is a man's ability to not collapse under like chaos, pressure, pain, etc., rejection, whatever, anything that's negative, right? And I have news for you. I don't know how old you are watching this, but life is full of a lot of those things I just said. Life has a lot of storms for us men. We're gonna go through a lot of trials and tribulations in our life. And what really matters is our ability to withstand those, because not everything is all sunshine and rainbows. And I've got the sun on me right now, but not everything's gonna be great in life all the time. We have to be able to withstand the hard times, and not only just the negative times in life, but you need to have resilience in everything. Like, for example, this new YouTube channel I had another one that had like 2,000 subscribers, and I decided to start a new one that was more focused on this kind of content I'm making to help men. Which, by the way, if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you click subscribe, because I'm putting videos out like this multiple times per week to help you build yourself as a man. And the idea is that you have to be able to withstand the low video views, right? You have to be able to get 3 views on a video while YouTube's figuring out the algorithm. You have to be able to, go through the years building yourself as a business owner where you're not making a lot of money. I could give 40 parallels, right? If you're going to medical school, you need to be able to go through the years of being in medical school where you're not really making any money and you're studying and it's brutal, right? Like, everything has this period of time in life where the reward that you want in the future has some payment or some sacrifice you have to make up front. Okay, that's just the way life works for literally everything. Building your body, getting the career you want, building a business, building some sort of skill, all these things require that amount of time. And your ability to withstand that time, that hardship, is going to determine whether you get what you want in life or not. Okay, now if we go to the other extreme end of this, where I talked about how men in today's world are struggling with depression and anxiety, they're turning to addiction more, coping, numbing behaviors, distracting things, even self-harm or harming others, right? We see a lot of this in today's world. It's because of a few different reasons, but one of the major ones is we don't have as much resilience as men. And the reason we don't is because the modern world, in a lot of ways, has removed our need for natural hardship. If you think about how men lived for most of human history, let's go back 10,000 years, 20,000 years. Our just existence as humans, as men, was a fight for survival, right? So that brought with it natural hardship that every man had to endure. And, only the fittest would survive. The men that were most resilient, that could withstand the hardest trials, they are the men that survived, passed on their DNA, and we are the lineage of those men in today's world, right? It's pretty easy to understand. But in today's world, we don't really have any natural passage, like rites of passage like that. We don't have any natural trials. We do, in our world, we experience things more on a mental, emotional, and I would say spiritual level that are trying more so than a literal physical, right? We live in homes that are air conditioning and have, heat and things like that. Like, our natural environment is not as much of a threat and a challenge to us, which is exactly why I'm going to bring up what we should be doing to help build this resilience, if you stick with me here. But I just want to outline why we have to do this. So the human spirit, especially the masculine spirit, the masculine body itself, it thrives under challenge, okay? Now, if you think about your hormonal profile, your mind, your spirit, everything in your body is built for challenge. Okay? Testosterone itself thrives under challenge. When you challenge yourself in the gym, you push, like you train hard, you challenge yourself in your life, some goals you set for yourself, whatever it is, you will see that there's a direct correlation between a man's natural testosterone output and production and that challenge. So when men, for example, when you do compound lifts in the gym, anything where like your knee joints are involved, or like your elbows, or so think like bench presses, squats, those kind of things, there's science showing that your body will produce more testosterone in response to that, because those lifts require more demand from your body. And because of that, your body needs to be able to make the testosterone to keep up with that. It's a very simple idea to understand. It's kind of rooted in how we're built as men. When we had that challenge, you know, like I said, 10, 20,000 years ago, we needed to be able to make more testosterone to be able to survive and advance and withstand the challenges that we faced in life. But it's not just in your hormones, it's also in your neurochemistry, right? Your brain, dopamine, which is the main reward chemical, it is the neurotransmitter that's most responsible for us feeling good and motivated and driven and feeling reward. That is most lit up when we have challenge and we work towards a goal. So we set a goal for ourselves, we work towards it, dopamine lights up, right? And actually testosterone and dopamine go kind of hand in hand. And we see that the natural male, you know, archetype that I would call the hunter, that's the men that, in my opinion, have pushed society forward. They are the men that have built a lot of the world we live in. That hunter archetype, the ones that are driven, motivated, they want to push past limits, they're creative. Those men thrived with their brain chemistry being lit up by dopamine and testosterone. Let's talk now about how you can actually build resilience. I promised you we would talk about that. I'm going to hit on a few different things here, and they're really easy to understand, but they're also kind of hard to do. And that's the biggest thing. You'll be able to walk away understanding what to do, but you actually got to put these into practice if you want to build yourself and build that resilience. Hard training is going to be number one. Okay, I got this in my notes. Like I said, I'm gonna make sure I don't want to miss anything. If you could push through brutal sets, and I'm talking like taking your training in the gym to failure, actually training to failure. Not only is this going to build you a better physique, it actually can help you to build resilience, because what you're doing at the end of those hard sets, those last 2 to 3 reps that really make or break you, is you're exposing yourself to micro doses of pain. That's not only going to build your muscle and your body, it will build your mindset. It will help you to be more resilient, because you're constantly exposing yourself 5 times per week in the gym across multiple sets per workout to that hard stimulus, to building that resilience. So that's the first way you can do it. The second way is heat exposure, okay? So think of a sauna. When you go and sit in a sauna, this will push your body, your heart rate, everything up to levels that are very high, because that heat stress in that 160 degrees, 180 degrees, whatever that sauna is, your body has to learn to adapt. Your nervous system has to learn to adapt to that heat stress and remain in that without freaking out, okay? So what you'll find is that the best way to start with this is maybe go sit in a sauna for 5 minutes. Try to get there and stay in there for 5 minutes. Don't push yourself for like 15 minutes or something the first time. Start with 5 minutes. Do that 3 times a week. And then, you know, I would add a 4th day, 5 minutes 4 times a week. Then what you want to do is keep adding a minute or 2 every time, you know, every week that passes. You can eventually work yourself up to 15 to 20 minutes in the sauna. And what you'll notice is that your nervous system will actually adapt, and you'll be not only stronger within that actual heat stress itself, you will be more resilient in your daily life, because your nervous system will learn how to stay strong, how to stay resilient under discomfort, like I talked about in the beginning. The sauna is literally one of the best ways to do this. Okay, so sauna, start 3 times a week, 5 minutes at a time. Number three is going to be the exact opposite of this. It'll be cold exposure. So you can think of things like ice baths. You could think cold showers. These things will build your ability in a different sense. Cold exposure is a completely different experience than heat exposure. It's the literal opposite of that, right? And what you want to be able to do with that is you want to learn how to hold your breath how to respond to that shock, that first, when you step under that shower that's freezing or you jump in that ice bath, it is a shock to your system. And learning how to, stop hyperventilating, to regulate your breath, to calm down in that is a great experience. Again, I shouldn't say a great experience. It's a very trying experience that'll help you build yourself. Okay, you learn how to be calm inside of the chaos. That is the one thing I want you to remember for the heat and cold exposure. The way I would start with cold exposure, at the end of your showers, particularly in the morning, you don't want to do this in the evening. This will light you up too much. You want to maybe spend 30 to 60 seconds in that freezing cold. That's the easiest way to start it. If you want to go and do an actual cold plunge, like an ice bath, different story. Again, 30 to 60 seconds. If you can make it that long, will be great. And again, you want to just keep building your time under that stress. Whether it's cold exposure or heat exposure, you'll learn that you can withstand a little bit more every time. That means you're building resilience, which is exactly what we're talking about. Number 4 is gonna be a little bit different than the other ones. It's gonna be challenging goals, deliberately choosing hard paths, hard things in life. This could be in fitness, this can be in your business or career life, this could be in your personal life. Whatever it is, choosing hard goals to work towards. That is going to, as I said, light up your testosterone production. That's going to light up your dopamine signaling. Both of these things are essential as men. When you have high dopamine signaling, when you have testosterone production that is working to your benefit, you will feel great. You will feel like a man, okay? So choosing hard paths, and as I said, heat exposure, training hard, and cold exposure, those are all things that are going to very much regulate you, very much make you resilient. Those paths in and of themselves are hard, but you should choose hard goals. Like, let's say I want to I want to see my abs for the first time. I want to get to $10,000 a month in business income. Whatever idea, whatever goals you have for yourself, you have to set those. I can't set those for you, but choosing hard paths, working towards those, not over 4 weeks, over 4 months, 6 months, 12 months. Those are really what you should pursue. Large, hard, deliberate goals. So that's a little bit on building your resilience as a man. If you want to learn more about this, make sure you click subscribe, because I'm going to be posting a lot more videos talking specifically probably about heat exposure, training, cold exposure, challenging goals, all this different stuff, but more generally about building yourself as a man. So thank you for sticking with me through this video. And as I promised you, I have a gift for you that I was going to leave you at the end of this video. If you want to learn more about how you can build your body, your mind, your spirit, your life direction, understanding polarity with women, how to attract women naturally, how to attract what you want in life naturally, go down into my description. Take my free training, 100% free, for the magnetic effect, where I'm going to teach you how to do all that right there. So go into the description, take that now, make sure you're subscribed. I will see you in that next video.